Welcome back to Raid Shadow Legends. We are here with Godseeker Aniri. We're going to read over her skills really quickly, then we're going to go into Arena and see how this passive interacts with what she can do, what you can do with her in there, get an idea and a feel for how we're going to be able to use this champion. This is an epic Void champion that is actually pretty damn strong. Attacks one enemy on her A1 and heals the ally with the lowest HP with 5% of their max HP. Cannot heal herself based off of defense. 3-turn cooldown, attack all enemies. Heals all allies by 15% of their max HP, then decrease the duration of all buffs on the enemy by 1 turn, and increase the duration of all buffs on allies by 1 turn. Very cool for 3 turns. The heal's not huge, but her passive does increase all healing by 10% for everybody out there, so it makes it a little bit stronger. Revive a dead ally at 50% HP and 50% turn meter, and then reset all the cooldowns of their skills. 4-turn cooldown. This is what we can have a lot of fun with. Try to do some new things with her to reset all the skills of somebody really powerful. And then here, if an ally is about to be killed by a fatal hit, preempts that hit and instead places a revive on death buff on that ally for 1 turn before the damage is taken. This is what's really cool about her. Let's get right into it. We don't need to talk about it any further. Let's see what she's all about. This is a few days ago before reset, so I tried to get up near platinum. I was on a whole wave of very strong players because I wanted to die. I want to take damage and die. I don't even care if I win. What we want to see is how does she function. Now with Brachus, she's going to put up her preemptive strike at the same time he's going to try to revive himself. So with Brachus, watch. He is going to revive himself, but hers is going to go on cooldown too. So he does his revive for himself to where he gets an additional turn, and then see how it says 3 turns on her passive? So her passive is on cooldown as well. But what happens when Brachus gets killed or with Lydia? You're going to see that in just a minute. So we know right away that if it's somebody that's coming back from the dead, depending on who it is. Now I'm not saying that for everybody. I need to test it with other people that'll come back to life from their own passives as well. This game is weird. Sometimes some things work one way and they don't the other. That's what we're trying to figure out here. So her passive is on cooldown now. We had Brachus come back to life on his own accord, and then hers went on to cooldown. Still, we can revive, of course. We revived him with his full cooldowns, but when you revive somebody and lower all their cooldowns, it does not lower their passive. Okay, so we learned that right now. Now we have a Lydia in here. We're going to do the same thing again. Go slow. Try to get hit really hard and see what happens with our Godseeker. And with this, we're going to put in, okay, we're going to put that in so we don't get messed by Torment so much, but we're trying to get hit really hard to see what will happen. Of course, as you know, we'll go over the order of how things work, right? Whenever you take damage, who takes damage first, second, third. Pull-in skills go the same order. Counterattack skills go the same order off of AoE. I'll show you that in a minute. So we've got nobody's taking damage yet. Here we go. Lydia is going to stop Brachus from using his passive right here. She's going to watch. Stopped him. But there, you saw him come back to life. It's because Godseeker over there, still, it was like once, it was all within the same instance on the stacks there, right? So Brachus went, brought himself back to life. Lydia stopped it, but then still, Godseeker's buff that would have been up on him so that we knew he was going to die, the preemptive buff, right, was still there, and it brought him back to life. Even though we didn't see it. We didn't see any of that, but you could see it happen. You could see it all come back to life. I don't know how much further we're going to go in this video with this fight. So there are so many things we can do with this champion. At the end of this, I'm going to show you one run through Ice Golem where she's just reviving, making sure nobody dies, bringing them back to life off of cooldowns with all these fragile DPSers. Okay, we died on that one. Obviously, we got blown up there at the end. Okay, now we're going to go in here. We're going to switch a few things. I kept bringing in different champions. I wanted to see the interaction with this champion, Aniri, the Godseeker, along with bringing back things to life. And we should have paused right there so you could see the order if you're not familiar with the order of damage. But we'll talk about that in the next one around. I wanted everybody to die. Now, did you take note there? She brought herself back to life. We don't have very many champions, if any, that can really do that. So they can bring back, she can preempt anybody else, and she can do it to herself, which is really cool. She saved herself from dying. There was an AoE attack, and she's back from the revive that we got over here from SkyTouch Shaman. So she brought herself back, then SkyTouch covered her, and she came back again. So that was really cool that we were able to keep her alive. Because she's a reviver, we want to keep her alive. Now she's back at full health because SkyTouch Shaman, and we're going to continue on and win this battle, actually. But we are going to have to revive a few people. So I wanted to go up against people that get hit very hard and we could be slower. That way with our Seeker, when we get hit by AoE, if he gets crit, Seeker will put up the increased defense, which then the second, third, and fourth person getting hit will have the increased defense up, will take less damage. Also in a minute, we're going to see Duchess. Duchess in lead position. Again, when you take AoE damage like that, it's going to go to the first person and then up to the next person, down, and then to the back. Duchess, the lead person, if we get hit by an AoE and everybody dies, she's going to be the one to die first. And Duchess is going to be the one that gets that rebirth. So she's going to come back to life. Now, whether she's fast enough, whether your Duchess is fast enough or the turn meter reducing her too much, whether she gets a turn or not, will all depend on, you know, your Duchess and what you're faced off against. But we're going to see that in a minute. Pretty extraordinary with her and Duchess in here for that. Am I saying that this is something that you're going to want to play in Platinum Arena, that you're going to use yourself in Platinum? I don't know. All I'm saying is we're seeing different ways to use her, right? We're seeing amazing ways for, you know, new mechanics in the game, basically, is what it is with her in here. So we're going to revive Brackus. Okay, he actually stayed alive and didn't get stunned, and we'll take Torment out. Okay, we'll take Torment out soon. really soon. There we go. We got to heal. We should have clipped this part, right? I think it's going to be fast. Yeah. Chop him up, Brackus. There we go. All right, we'll go on to the next one and see if we can see the battles that I was talking about just a minute ago. So I'm going to bring in an Aneath Blood Twin this time. Try to get him to come back to life, even if he dies, and get a hit in, right? All he has to do is get a hit in, keep somebody dead, and then we can move forward. But these two attackers, with Brackus coming back to life and then Rotos taking an additional turn when he kills something, right? There we go. He came back to life. Rotos took an additional turn and then whacked him. We're going to bring him back to life again. And what's cool right there was the interaction where we got to bring our attacker back to life right before our turn with our Seeker. And the Seeker gave the turn meter increase along with the attack buff, but we weren't fast enough to get the attack in there. We just weren't with their turn meter where they were at. Otherwise, it would have been really cool to see that happen. So right now, I'm bringing him back. Whatever, it didn't matter. What was I doing here? I think this was the end of that fight, right? Toward the end. And we're dead. Okay, let's go on to the next one. So now we do have Duchess in here. Lead position. If we get AoE killed, which we're going to, and we're not going to win this battle either, watch. Everybody died. Everybody died. But Duchess is the very first one that's going to die because she's in the lead position on an AoE strike like that. Duchess was brought back to life. If I wasn't getting turn meter reduced, and if Duchess was fast enough, she could have taken it out. All right, we're going to go a little faster now. I think that's pretty cool. We're going to go a little bit faster here. We've got Duchess and the Godseeker. They're going to just kind of back and forth, keep each other alive, and revive other people, which is not the coolest thing in the world. But look, we're able to keep people alive and keep attacking. Again, I'm coming up against this team. These are Platinum Arena players, or close to it. They've got to be, I'm right at a couple, like 100 away from Plat. I actually was much closer, but I kept doing these battles and I kept losing over and over and over. So I was dropping my score down, but I still had the same page save. So I was still attacking the same people. So they definitely have gear. They're definitely hitting hard. And that's what we wanted. So here I was able to Duchess reviving Godseeker. She was reviving Duchess, and they were going back and forth and stopping each other from dying. Made it okay. Again, we got everybody knocked out there. Duchess came back. Now, hopefully, Duchess will be able to bring the rest of them back. I do have this faster than I thought it was going to be. Come on, Duchess, you can do it. Okay, she's back. Duchess is bringing everybody else back again. And hopefully, we'll be able to pull this off. If we can get attack off anytime soon, Duchess is back up again. Okay, we brought back so that Aneath Blood Twin, so he would be a target. Okay, good. Give him coverage. All right, we're going to let him attack and get rid of Arbiter. That'd be great. The Trunda's already done her 2 AoE, so all she's going to do is a single target hit. We're not too worried about that. We'll let Aneath Blood Twin soak up that single target hit. Watch. Boom. Because now Duchess has her revive available. Okay, now we got them both up. Pretty safe, I thought. But then you saw Madam over there drop them. Okay, she went after Duchess, and now we're able to attack. 2 hits there because she's got a buff up, and we're trying to go through this. But again, remember, we're playing a team that's slower than the other team, and we're taking that huge AoE hit. With a Madam over here doing decreased defense on all of us, it's not like my Duchess was resisting it. We were taking that big O hit. Now, would this work on defense? No, I don't think this would work on defense. But again, We're just trying to get an idea of what she can do, and then from there, if you know anything, let me know in the comments down below. What have you seen that has been truly amazing with her? What kind of interactions have you seen that really might break the game or seem just totally out there with some other amazing champion? Please let us know that. Okay, let's see what we've got here. We're going to cover everybody. And they've got tons of buffs up. Counterattack galore. She's back. She's back, right? The preemptive, we saw it. Aneathweed's finally getting a shot, but their shields are so big. Maybe we need to bring Madam in here. We're going to opt to go with his A1 first and then Smack. Okay, we got somebody there with Cantrifon. I'm trying to remember this. I recorded these a few days ago. Who we're going to bring back? Duchess, of course. Thankfully, but he should weak hit on her sometimes. She's bringing everybody back again. There we go. Get that heal up, lower their buffs as we have enough accuracy, increase our buffs by 1 turn. And it's like a slow play, right? It's a super slow play, but maybe you're in gold 4, maybe you're in gold 3, or maybe you need help getting through dungeons. Watch the next take when we go through the dungeon. When we go through Ice Golem, what she's doing for us. It's pretty insane. All right. I think we have this one once we can get Valkyrie out of the way. We've got 2 revivers right now, so, you know, not a problem. But the coolest thing to me is that if we get full on AoE'd and destroyed, we can still bring back our Duchess. Hopefully your Duchess can bring back other people. If we go up against Hegemons, we've got some things we're going to show here as well. There we go. We got that fight. If Hegemon destroys your whole entire team or at least kills a champion, we'll bring that champion back right away. It's pretty exciting. I don't know if I put that footage in there. I don't even remember seeing a Hegemon, but I had some footage in there where Hegemon would go first and then AoE the team down and kill our DPS. The DPS comes back right away. Then he's in row. He's in line to go then with everyone else. So it's pretty cool. I think there's some pretty fancy things we can figure out. Again, if you figure them out, let me know. I'll play test it all. We'll get into Platinum Arena. We'll try it out. That way we have a fancier background and we'll see how it works out. Right now, we're just going through Ice Golem here at the end. I'll show you the gear I have on her right now. I do have her in Relentless. Nothing too fancy, but I wanted to put her, you know, I love putting these kind in regen. If you have a regen set and you don't want her to die, just give her that 300 resistance, put her in regen and let her go. That way she'll resist all this stuff here. You can use her. Unfortunately, she's not good to use against the Nether Spider because her A2 is an AoE damage and she won't do it. On auto, she won't do it on the Nether Spider, and you don't want to do it anyways because you will attack the small spiderlings. All right, we're about to have some people die here in a minute, but the way she does the cooldown, right? She's going to revive somebody, lower their cooldowns. There we go. Okay, we got one out. Preemptive, right? Brought that one back. Now we brought this one back with 50% turn meter and all his cooldowns off, and boom, done. 1 minute, 16 seconds. Look, all fragile teams, she's bringing them all back. I think she's pretty fancy. I like the way she operates. You guys let me know what you think about it. I do have one more fight here, but it's pretty much the same thing. We just brought in more legendaries to go with it. I don't think we need to look at this. Let's go on and look at the gear she has. We have her in Relentless in a speed set right here. You can see we've got her with HP, and speed. Over here, we've got either HP or defense, something like this, and then resistance right here. I'm not really worried about the accuracy to lower this cooldown right here, lower the duration of their buffs by 1 turn on the enemy. I just want to make sure that we extend ours. Lowering it would be nice, so if I was going to play her in a different fashion where I knew for sure I wanted to lower the enemies for this, I would do it, right? We'd get her enough accuracy for it. We wouldn't worry about resist as much, and we'd run through here. Because this heal is pretty nice. It's not the strongest heal in the world. This heal is actually pretty strong for an A1 if your ally has a lot of HP, and then, you know, you got the revive and the rest on her. We've got no masteries on her. Everything you saw me do, we had nothing on her. Of course, we could improve anything she does out there. We can make it so she doesn't crit as hard. We can make it to where she absorbs other people's hits if we wanted to. We could come down here. This would be a smart play. If people are dead, she gets increased speed and then timely intervention. So she gets a chance to revive faster. She gets that turn meter boost right when somebody gets ready to die or does die. That way we could bring them back to life quicker. That's probably the route I would go. If you need accuracy, you could go accuracy. If you need resistance, you could go resistance. I would not go offense tree with her at all. I would come down here, get this so I'm less crit, or get this one so you take less AoE damage. Come through here some way, whatever way you want to. Get more turn meter whenever your allies are crit. Absorb their damage if you're worried about getting that one hit on somebody and getting them killed. Absorb it if you want to. Otherwise, I would come down here and get timely intervention and this spirit haste. for sure. That's what I would do if I was going to do her up. But she's a great champion. Let me know your thoughts down below. Let me know if this guide was helpful. I appreciate your time. Please subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you guys all in a video soon.